I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about another success story.
All right.
We love success stories.
They keep us all going.
And we know that you guys love success stories too. And before I get into it, let me remind you guys, whatever your success story is, we want to hear about it.
Oh, yes.
So whether you get your ex back or not, and you just change your life for the better, you can always email me on my website. Just look, you'll see my email on there. Just tell me what's going on, how it's helped you, how you've turned your life around. We want to share it with you guys because it's good to know that even though you were in a situation that was hopeless, you can turn it around.
Yes.
And when you see other people that have gone through this before you and how they've turned their situation around, it feels good.
Yes, it does.
It gives you hope, and it's always great to feel that hope, regardless if it's about your ex, or you got somebody new, or maybe you've just improved your life. Margaret and I are so focused on helping you improve your life.
Personal growth is the thing that we love to see work for you.
Absolutely. We want to help with mental health, understanding how to be a better partner, understanding your blind spots, issues that you may have had with trauma, anxiety, how to communicate better. There's a million different things we want to help you with, but you know, getting you a success story is going to happen if you stay committed.
That's right. To your own growth.
Absolutely.
Your own growth.
So today's success story, I'll just go ahead and read it. They said, "Hi Craig, I wanted to write you to tell you about my success in getting back with my Colombian girlfriend."
All right.
Margaret, I've always joked with me, if I'm ever single again, I'm going to Colombia.
He's going to Colombia. Yeah.
Colombian women are so beautiful.
They've got some pretty little women there, and he's going to get him one.
One? One for each day of the week. Those Latin women.
I know.
They're my weakness.
Calm down and read this.
All right. So he says, "I first found your channel after my ex dumped me for being jealous and controlling and negative.
Okay.
I made all the wrong mistakes and dug the hole deeper. You made a video about my story and titled it, 'When You're a Couple with Trust Issues.'" So you can go back and watch that video. I don't even know that one. I don't remember that one off the top of my head.
Off the top of my head either. Yeah.
Go back if you want to pause this one and go watch that one first, and then you can see how it turns around. It's called "When You're a Couple with Trust Issues." Later, we did a Skype, and you advised me to go ahead and take the other girl to Mexico. Because I'm sure he must have been broken up with this girl at the time.
Take the other girl to Mexico, all right?
So that's what I did. I had been doing no contact for about 2 months, during which time she had a birthday, and I said nothing. She told me later that she felt that that was a sign that I was truly over her and was very sad about it.
And was very sad about it. I don't know how she concluded that, but okay.
Well, you know, a lot of times when you're going through that breakup, you're hoping your ex reaches out, and she was probably hoping he would use it as an excuse.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I posted a quick panoramic picture from Mexico, or video from Mexico, that briefly washed over the girl that I was with, and I'm sure she saw it because the next day she posted a selfie with lots of cleavage and a sushi dinner at a trendy, expensive club with a cocktail and a beer.
Well, okay.
So he posted the video, and he's assuming that that picture was for him.
Yep.
I guess the cleavage said...
The cleavage spoke to him.
It often speaks to many men. When I was in the airport going home after Mexico, I reached out to her and said that I would have preferred to have gone with her.
Okay.
So he reached out, he broke no contact.
Yes, he did.
After months and months, it was at least, it sounds like 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
Because he said 2 months and then the trip. And he broke no contact.
He'd have preferred he'd been with her.
Now, he really, looked at that, and maybe that picture was for him with the cleavage. It may have been to try and get his attention.
And it did.
It did. He says, I know you say to never reach out, but I'm 100% sure that she would never have, so I'm glad that I did. Margaret, what do you think about that? He's 100% sure she wouldn't have reached out.
But she did, and he knew he did.
No, he reached out.
Oh, okay.
He reached out, and he's convinced that if he hadn't reached out, she wouldn't have.
Okay.
Right? I don't believe that.
I don't either, because she did this much. I don't either.
That's right. If that picture was for you, and it very well could have, her behavior would have escalated.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right? As a behavior analyst, we are taught that behavior escalates to serve a function. So if her behavior was to get attention, it would have escalated.
Yes. So I agree. Yeah.
So you don't know 100% that she wouldn't have reached out.
Yeah.
Had you given it another couple of weeks,
Right.
I'm willing to bet she would have reached out.
Yeah.
All right? I understand, and Margaret understands how behavior works. You don't understand how behavior works. Okay? It escalates. And if that was to get your attention, it would have escalated again. Okay?
And always and never are tricky at best.
Yes. Yeah. You just don't know always or never.
No.
Okay? And you're going to see why I'm saying this too, because I think she says something else that would clue you in as to what I'm saying. A month later, I went back to Colombia and was dating another girl, and was in no big rush to get back with my ex. She saw some girl things in my apartment, so she knew she had competition. I actually had a tough time decoding between the two because the other girl was sweet as could be and without the avoidant attachment style and trust issues. But she was way too young to marry me, and my ex said she would be willing to get married and have kids. So I chose my ex. And a month after I took her and my son on vacation to the Bahamas, one night under the moon overlooking the water, I proposed. And she accepted.
Aha. Wonderful.
How's that for a success story, right? We continue to argue semi-regularly, but there is a strong foundation of love underneath with good communication, and what I now know about her way of loving, we usually get through it fairly quickly.
Good.
When she is angry, she isolates and withholds love from me, and it hurts, but I try my best to soothe myself. We have applied for a fiancé visa and have plans for a wedding in Colombia next January.
A fiancé visa? Okay.
Yeah. It says, you are invited.
Oh, how nice.
I better not go.
How nice. No, you better not. You better stay right here.
I might come back with 19 Mexican
and don't get
Colombian
yourself in
girlfriends.
trouble. Yeah.
Thank you for spreading this important knowledge and techniques. You are our true hero.
Aw.
Thank you very much for the kind words. Okay. So, I thought it was towards the end where you mentioned something about how I thought, or why I thought the behavior would escalate, but it was actually what I said earlier. Where she says, she told me later that she felt that it was a sign that it was truly over and very sad when he hadn't messaged her for her birthday.
Yes.
So that shows you she was still thinking about you a lot, okay? And I really believe had it just gone on a little bit longer, she would have reached out.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So, you lucked out in this situation, right? Because sometimes if you reach out and she could have ignored you, then you would have been frustrated, disappointed, angry, and hurt. But you went for it and it wound up paying off.
Right.
Now, it sounds like you still got to work on some issues here with communication, and I think you should work through that before you get married.
If you're arguing a lot now, there'll be many more things to argue about after you get married.
Yeah. But I'm so glad that it turned around.
I am too. How wonderful for them.
I'm sure he worked really hard on himself and has made a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And I hope that he continues to work on himself. He probably is.
Yeah,
because
don't stop. Keep it up.
Yeah, you want it to last. You don't want to just get somebody back and lose them again,
Right.
which is what happens very often.
If you don't keep growing.
I cannot tell you how many times I talk to people in a month where they have gotten back an ex and then they lose them again. It happens so frequently. I need to start like keeping a chart and so I can share it with you guys because
Yeah.
it's really a problem. But you really want to keep working on yourself even when you get your ex back.
Absolutely.
But I'm so glad it worked out for you. You guys are engaged. You
too.
probably didn't think you were ever going to get her back. And then you even had other options at some point and you weren't even sure you wanted her.
Right.
But keep growing, keep working on yourself. Congratulations on getting
Absolutely.
engaged. We hope it
I
works
have
out
a
for you.
picture, a mental picture of the moonlight night.
Yes.
It's lovely. Thank
On
you.
the beach in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
We have success stories. We love to share them. Make sure you send them to me on the website, askcraig.net. We want to hear when you get your life turned around. If this guy wound up getting his ex back, now they're engaged. Congratulations. We are so happy for you both.
Absolutely.
And when you want to get our help, just go to the website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching. I do Skype coaching. If you got to get with me right away, I do offer emergency Skype coaching. Margaret is also available for Skype coaching.
Yes, feel free to sign up with me.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website. Remember to add me on Twitter. Just search Ask Craig Kenneth and put a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. And that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.